So very good morning to all of you. Right. So today's lecture is only lecture 14, right? So there is no 14A or 14B, right? So students who see the recordings, they might say, oh, this is 14 and where is the B part? Because right from lecture number 1 up to 13, you have the 1A, 1B. But 14, as we only have the 20 case scenario MCQs to be discussed, right? So that's the only discussion over there. And so yesterday we completed with our discussion of the MCQs regarding the chapter number 5, the implementation and the evaluation. And then we also had a quick snapshot of the entire syllabus regarding what is there from the chapter number 1 up to the chapter number 5. And then after that, we started a wonderful journey for the discussion of the case scenario MCQs. Right? So you would have identified that in the case scenario MCQ, one of their favorite questions is regarding the differentiation and cost leadership and focus differentiation, focus cost leadership strategy. And then another question, favorite question, is regarding the NSOF, right? That whether it is the market penetration or the market development, the product development or the diversification being done. And then after that, the question whether it's a concentric diversification or a conglomerate diversification. Right? So those are the important. And another one is the BCG, right? That whether the company, the current phase that which it is, depending upon the market growth rate and the share of the company, that whether that particular product, is it a star, is it a question mark, is it a cash cow, or is it a dog for the company? Decide upon their post identification strategy, that whether to build, hold, divest, or harvest. Okay, right. So now today our agenda for discussion. So we really enjoyed looking into the varieties of the MCQ and the case studies given over there. Right. So we've completed up to 1 to 30. Right. So today our agenda for discussion is going to be 31 to 50. And so, and apart from that, whatever MTP, RTP keep coming before your attempt, additionally, you can also look into those MCQs over there. If ICI comes up with any new booklet, right, of the MCQs, those additionally can also be seen by you. But one important thing for MCQ is your knack of of cracking the MCQs, and also your confidence in sticking to an answer. Like once you say A, then you should not say, oh, I think no, it could be B also. No. And another way is that you should know the one correct answer, or you should know the three wrong answers. Because if you know the one correct answer, don't know the correct answer, you should know the three wrong ones. Then at least you know the one which is not wrong, that has to be the correct one. Many a times we reach a situation where we are 50-50. Like two options we are pakka, it is not these B and D, but you're confused like between A and C. And so that is what, it's a skill to be developed. And when you study the subject of strategic management, some 15-20 minutes of time you can devote for the MC. Right here, it's a hand holding exercise, so we can do 50 MCQs in one go also. But when you're studying on your own, probably 5 MCQs, case scenario MCQ each time. And so of 10 days you can cover all the MCQ, right? So you do little bit of the theory, then you do the question bank, then you do some writing practice, you see the RTP, and you do some MCQ. You understand? You do the theory, you do the question bank, module 1, module 2, then you do some writing practice, then you also look into some MTP, RTP of some last attempt, and you also solve the MCQ. And so that will be a very comprehensive preparation. Like, you're not missing out on any part. You say, oh, I've done the theory, but I've not seen the question, or I've seen the question, but I've not seen the multiple choice question, or, I've seen the question and answer, but I don't know how to write, or, I know how to write also, but I don't know like what question, what answer is to be written. So all these, if I do this 5 faceted preparation over there, will it take care of all my challenges which I can face towards the preparation of the subject? Like one, I told you, you study module 1, right? What is the module 1 regarding? It is regarding the theory, right? So the M1, which is regarding the theory. Then related to that, you also look into the questions in the question bank, because our questions are arranged in the sequence in which the theory is given in the chapter. Then whatever you studied today related to that, you do the writing practice, whichever heart questions or learn by heart or different variety of question, you do the writing practice. Then randomly you look into some MTP RTP suggested. You can start on a LIFO basis, right? So MTP RTP suggested, and additionally you also look into the module 3, which is the MCQ, right? Which is the MCQ, right? So this is one strategy which I'm telling you to prepare for the inter SM, right? So say if I'm studying SM for like, say 120 minutes, right? That means I'm studying the subject for the 2 hours. Okay, right? So out of these 2 hours, what I'm going to do, 10 minutes I'm going to keep for the writing practice, 20 minutes I'm going to keep for looking into any MTP RTP, say another 30 minutes I'm going to keep for the MCQ, right? So this is covering my 1 hour, and that's covering my 1 hour of the discussion, right? 60 minutes. And then what I do over here, 50 or 45 minutes, I look into the, yes, 45 minutes I look into the theory, and then for 10-15 minutes, oh sorry, right? So for 45, okay, just a moment. Yeah, right. So for 45 minutes, I look into the theory, and for 15 minutes, I look into the question bank. Now, this is, on a gross scale. Now, obviously, can you make the adjustments as required? Yes. Right. So 45 plus 15, that is 60 minutes. And then after that, these are the next 60 minutes of your preparation. Right. So should not happen that, oh, I will see full theory, then full question bank, then full MTP, RTP. No, it doesn't go that way. You have to follow the weighted average method because it's a skill set that you need to period of time. Like for the MTP RTP, what you can do, you can make a chart and keep, like say example, you are writing, number 24 over there, and then you write down, okay, whether number 24 MTP 1 2 have you seen, and then the RTP have you seen, then suggested, obviously if it's your attempt you would not get it, yes. Then after that you say September 24, right? So have you seen the MTP is 1 and 2 RTP and the suggested, then you come before that to the May 24. So like that you took the do the back working, and say once you've seen it one time, like say 5 attempts, then what you want to do, want to see it one more time, so now you change the color of the tick, right? Now second tick, say third time, then what you can do, use one more color of the tick over there, right? So this will be like your stock sheet, regarding how much of the content you've seen and what is yet to be seen, right? So if I happen to study SM for like say 25 days or 30 days, there should be at least 30 pages my notebook, and a minimum 30 pages, minimum I'm saying. You can write two pages also, but minimum of that much should be written in the books. Okay, right. So for the time being, let us begin with our discussion regarding the, yes, the case scenarios over there, right? So yesterday we've already completed our discussion up to the case scenario 30. So now coming to the case scenario 31. Okay, aloe vera, a women-run health company, has been making innovative products based on aloe vera. So aloe vera making products based on aloe vera. Okay, their portfolio includes creams, edibles, juices, face masks, and now even the hand sanitizers. Okay, they have had a simple focus, luring women customers of all ages who care about their personal health and hygiene at prices that the common consumer can afford. The market is growing over the years, and even men have started showing interest in their products. However, running the company has not been easy, for the big FMCG brands are readily offering similar products with better reach. Mukesh Bakshi was onboarded to help the company scale up its customer reach and implemented the old school distribution tactics. The distributors were offered better margins, foreign trips, and gifts, and even profit sharing in some cases. This helped the company shelf the aloe vera products or at most of the retailer. Online business was also ramped up diligently. Mukesh has been instrumental in achieving targets, but the core team has been a group of close-knit partners who have built the company on trust. And as the business grew, partners took up individual responsibilities in an autonomous fashion, where each one of them was responsible for their own segment operation and the process improvement, and collectively driven by the margins and the profits. The policy of trust, all ask no questions, could be seen at the leadership level. Okay, strategic map for the aloe vera, right? So reputation amongst the customers and the range of product from few to many, and then aloe vera and companies, and company has been aware of its industry and the players therein with different strengths or set of strengths and economic wanted to deep dive into some more metrics to get a holistic view of the competition, right? So this is their company and these are the other companies. For that, they reached out to KP to project a strategic group mapping for them based on plan ahead. KMPG, not KPMG, right? It's KMPGP or KMGP LLP prepared the strategic map shown in figure 1. Business segment of Aluvida has been booming industry wide. All they need to focus is on maintaining their values and scaling before it's too late. And of course, keeping an eye on the external business environment shall be crucial too. Based on the above, Uttar dijiye. Mukesh Bakshi has been leading Alovida from the front with a spearheaded strategy of which of the following on the product, price, place, or the promotion. Let's you look at Mukesh has been instrumental, right? So has been onboarded to help the company scale up its customer reach and implemented the old school tactics. The distributors were offered better margins, foreign trips and gifts, and even profit sharing. This helped the company shelf Aluvida products at most, right? So that means it is helping with the place. Right? That means it is helping with the place. Then Aloe Vida has been taking up competition with the big FMCG brands in which of the following segments? It says cost leadership of the supply chain, differentiation of the product, focused cost leadership of the product, or the focused differentiation of the product. Right? So what does it say? The FMCGs, they have also been able to launch the similar products, right? So what does it say? FMCG, right? The partners took up the individual responsibilities, right? So running the company has not been easy. For big FMCG brands are readily offering similar products with the better reach, right? So similar products are being offered, right? So that is why it says the focused cost leadership of the product, right? So in terms of the narrow, right, that only a particular segment, and in cost leadership. Which important aspect of the organizational structure configuration is missing in Alovida? Configuration of intended roles, configuration of the processes, configuration of the decision making, or configuration of the governance mechanism. What does it say? Trust all, ask no questions, right? So there is no configuration of the governance mechanism. Right. Then, as per the strategic group mapping done by the marketing team, which of the following is the biggest threat for Aluvida for its niche market? Right. So, whether LA, end companies, or strategic group mapping does not tell that clearly, or there are no threats to their niche market. Right. So, what does it say? Which is the biggest threat for them? It is the end companies. Right. It is the end companies. And suppose Aluvida asks plant aloe vera plant in their houses to get additional discounts for aloe vera strategic intent of being environmentally inclined while retaining its customers much before rivals try to poach them can be termed as, right, whether it is their proactive strategy, which can also be called as the planned strategy, right? So before they are poached, it says in advance you're taking this action, whether it is a reactive strategy, adaptive strategy. This is not a strategy, it is a marketing gimmick. No, it is a planned strategy, right? It is a planned strategy. Okay, so that's question number 31. Question number 32, right? Case scenario 32. Superfast CLIT Limited is a company selling computers, laptops, and IT accessories in the Indian market. 7 weeks back, the company engaged an independent research firm to gauge challenges in post-sale service, where the customer sent a legal notice clamoring for compensation and justice for a faulty laptop that was not repaired for. Service engineer blamed the COVID-19 pandemic induced lockdown and delay in receiving components that were to be replaced. Scared social media backlash, the company immediately provided a new laptop to the customer as a settlement. Also complaints, though not as serious from the other customers. The report by the research team was submitted by the firm well in time. Rohit Sharma, the MD, was highly disturbed after reading the report where it was felt that post-pandemic the services had deteriorated. Many customers were dissatisfied. The report made several observations, and a key point that the mine was that the minor software-related issues were also taking a long time to resolve. The research firm that there are challenges in the organization, including in the service department. It was observed that when response is given to the customer, lodging complaint within 24 hours, the average time to provide the actual repair was 5 days on an average. There were cases where issues were resolved in 2 weeks' time. This was far above the time taken by the industry leader of the average 3 days and the maximum 5. The report stated that the pandemic required businesses to make modifications in their existing strategy and bring out new strategies. While research firm acknowledged the challenges in delivering services during lockdown, it recommended the cultural change in the service department. The report also noted that bulk of problems are solved and can be addressed through a video call. However, the staff was not adept in dealing with the complaints through video and audio chats. While they were good in correcting problems themselves, they were not able to get the minor repairs done through customers. The report also observed that in case immediate resolution is not visible, proper communication can help in reducing the customer dissatisfaction. The report recommended that the staff needs to be sensitized of the necessity for change and prepare them for such a change before any learning is imparted, right? So Kurt-Lewin model of change, or the steps needed for making any strategic change. The modifications necessitated on account of the pandemic to replace the existing strategy and bring out the new strategy. So replace existing strategy with the new strategy is an alert action. It is an environmental change. It's a strategic change, or is it a better service? 100% it is a strategic change. Sensitizing staff of the necessity for change and preparing them for such a change is termed as behavioral modification, learning and training, sensitivity training, or the unfreezing. It is called as the unfreezing. That's what we said. The Kurt-Lewin model of change, unfreezing, changing, and refreezing. Right? Changes in the strategy on account a pandemic strategy, proactive strategy, reactive strategy, response strategy. Obviously, it's a reactive strategy. And issues related to service department are related to middle level, business level, corporate level, or the functional level. So obviously, it is the functional level strategy. Right? It is the functional level strategy. Wonderful. Right now, coming to case scenario 33. Venkataramana is managing director of VR Reddy Real Estates Limited, company established in the year 2000 is the leading construction company in South India. The company has successfully completed many commercial and residential projects in Bangalore, Coimbatore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Madurai, and Vishakhapatnam. After more than two successful decades, the company wishes to expand beyond their existing businesses. For this purpose, the company is considering following two proposals: enter real estate business in North India and buy land in Noida now to develop residential and commercial complexes. Mr. Reddy feels that with the proximity to the Indian national capital, the area has great potential. Right? Bid for Tufcam Cement Company with cement manufacturing plants at 5 locations in Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. The company is under corporate insolvency resolution process after it defaulted on the principal and interest payment to the tune of 103 crore to three leading banks. NCLT has recently invited bids for the company. Reddy's due diligence indicates that the company has suffered on account of the mismanagement, has a weak balance sheet with too much debt. He feels that the company with reduced debts and careful planning can be easily revived after the acquisition. Mr. Reddy is also considering going for both the proposals at the same time. There are not enough funds within the VR Reddy Real Estates Limited. He has asked his financial team to explore the external financing for entry into the North Indian real estate market. Funds would be required in case the bid for acquisition of the Tufcam Cement Company is successful, but then the company will be left with no money for their foray into the North India real estate. The managing director is keen on entry into North Indian market and is confident that any due debt can be easily paid through the bookings received on the sale of property. On the basis of the above answer. Uttar. Okay, act of acquisition of Tough Chem Cement Company Limited is related to right business level, corporate level, high level, or functional level. So there is nothing called as high level. Obviously, it's a corporate level strategy. We are Ready Real Estate Limited through acquisition of Tough Chem Cement Company will be having the stability strategy, turnaround strategy, vertically integrated diversification, or the conglomerate acquisition. So there is no stability, there is no turnaround. It is the related to their business. It is not unrelated. So it will be the vertically integrated diversification. Entry into real estate business in North India by VR Reddy Real Estates can be best termed as the existing product into the new market. So it will be called as the market development. Right? What is it? Existing products into the new markets that could be called as the market development. A high level of debt is likely to act as competitive deficiency, lead to turnaround, attract new customers, matter of competitive deficiency rather than a competitive advantage. Appraising tough chem cement company for the purpose of acquisition can be best termed as goal appraisals, strategy implementation. It can't be evaluation implementation. Is it goal appraisal? No, it's the strategic analysis. Right? It is the strategic analysis, right? Everybody sit straight, listen to me. Okay, if you're listening, then there has to be some value addition for you, right? Right? You say, ma'am, I want to clear my exams in this attempt. Okay, what a noble thought you are having. Right? So now who needs to take the responsibility? You, okay, right? So you need to listen to the class carefully and study religiously, consistently. Anand, the fashion designer from Mumbai, started a nail art parlor in a posh Mumbai urban area in partnership with his college friend Anya. They had a clear choice of business as per their field of study and were assured that cosmetics is one of the biggest industries in India. And so, first there was no trend regarding this nail art. Now, suddenly, there is so much of the trend, for the kitchen. So even when I don't have to, for a few days do the cooking at home, then even I will put the nail extension for a few days. So it feels good, to see it for a few days. Then you're like, oh my God, there's so much of operational challenge. So then after a few days, you want to get rid of them. And then again after 6 months, like, okay, let me put the nails again. So something like that. And so then I saw that, oh, this nail trend has come up so much. But then I went to US, their nail trend, obviously it is there, but apart from nail, it's also coming up in India now, but more over there, it is nail and lashes studio. And so one, people get the artificial nails done over there, the extensions over there, and also the, I don't know how could they even do, I've never tried it. Yeah, they get these artificial eyelashes put over there, right? And then that is one, right? So they get the nail extensions and the eyelashes. So it's like the nail and the lashes studios over there, so many of them. And then you see nowadays again, you see these particular celebrities, Hollywood, Bollywood, they'll get so much of the face work and all of that done. And because after a particular time you are going to look your age, rather it's normal to look your age, but then they will get some particular fillers done over here, then after that some particular nose, some like plastic surgery type, some some surgery, like the shape of the nose should change and everything, and then after that it looks so different. Like if you see one of the artists, Madonna, oh my God, before the surgeries and after the surgeries, there is so much of the difference which is seen, like the amount of work done. Okay, right. So, anyways, right, that's I think a very personal choice of the individuals, or it's more of a, like if they are into media, it's a requirement of their profession, or probably for others who don't, it might be a societal norm, or maybe a third possibility that it is security within you, which you are trying to cover up. Not necessarily, but that could also be a way to look at it. Like, the amount of hair transplant and everything. But yeah, you say, ma'am, you, because you have hair, you're saying that. No, I don't. I also don't have many of them over a period of time. But yeah, so there are these cosmetic treatments coming, and then you have to look into the pros and cons of all of that. Okay, right. So, anyways, let us talk about this fashion designer who started a nail art parlor in a posh Mumbai urban area. Right? So cosmetics includes a huge range of products from skincare to hair care to makeup. The most profitable, oh my God, that is why every particular business, they are into the makeup business. Like you see this Masaba, she's come with a cloth line and then immediately also launched the Love Child. That is the, the makeup brand over there, right? So all the cosmetics and all. And if you look at the name of our cosmetics, the lipsticks, it's like some barfi and some meetha pan and some pani puri and something like that. If you look at one of our perfume, it is called as Nani House. So when I used to lead my son to my mother's place, it used to be like, "Abhi tujhe aaj Nani House jana hai." So it's like actually very nostalgic when you get to see a perfume with the name called as Nani House. Okay, right. So makeup, the most profitable, lip care, hygiene products, and many more lines of the personal care. However, Anya, being a trained nano art designer and Anand driven by nail art, happened to share the common interest and build the Nailio array. The business plan was simple: collaborate with online service providers, be active on social media, offer paid promotions, and give out free tiles to lure in the customers. The focus being on creating a connection. Clearly, the target group was young working females who could spend decent amount of money on the personal luxury. The brand wanted to cash on easy disposable income of the target consumers. However, in the same segment for men, tattoo parlors were already taking away a share of the business. These tattoo brands would easily transit into the nail art and be a tough competition of Nailio. The team had to be aware of the competitor dynamics. And so I see so many people around me doing the tattoos also, and some people from top to bottom everywhere they are covered with the tattoos. Sometimes I wonder that I should do a small tattoo here or there, but the thought of the pain having me to make up my mind or something, or else like, no, no, let it be. And so far, I don't know what the future may happen. And Anand had personal collections in the Solan district of Himachal Pradesh, where they plan to open small workshops to produce artificial nails of high quality to be sold pan India, as well as to the other parlors. The team of two also wanted to add value to the society. For that, they offered free training to young girls and offered them permanent employment. The customers found the initiative quite enriching and supported them by being loyal to their services. This was an unplanned aspect of the brand building that added more value than paid promotion. The brand has been doing well lately, with the economic model being sustainable so far. They plan to open two more stores in Mumbai, a flagship store in Bangalore. With the set vision of the future, a socially impactful mission, Nelio has been a profit for Anand and Anya. Based on the above case scenario, Uttar dijiye. Tattoo parlors are an indirect competition to Nelio. Application of which of the following can be utilized to understand the in-depth intricacies of their competitive strength? Right? So, how can you check for the competitive strength? You have to apply the competitive intelligence, right? So, it requires the application of the competitive intelligence. It requires the application of the competitive intelligence, right? The application of the competitive intelligence. Anand's decision of opening the Solon workshop can be described as, right, horizontal, vertical, concentric, or strategic alliance. Obviously, it is the vertical, the backward, right? The vertically integrated diversification. The main idea behind marketing is to connect with the customers. In this context, which of the following has been willingly ignored by the marketing team at Nelio? Like market segmentation, market scanning, market positioning, or the marketing target, right? So it says they have missed clearly on the marketing target, right? Because they have, given the particular, they've appointed these particular distributors, and so paying for the paid, if I come to the content, right, offer the promise, customers found and unrevealing the aspect of the brand building plan was simple, right? Be active on social media. Yeah, this is where, right? Collaborate with online service providers, be active on social media, offer paid promotions, and give out free trials to lure in the customers. That is what their marketing strategy. But what does it say? Did they do the marketing target in that case? No, no marketing target has been seen. Based on the question 3 above, what was the core methodology behind willingly ignore a major aspect of the marketing? Right? So SWOT analysis, founders' areas of expertise, BCG, artificial nails being a cash cow, vision to employ the underprivileged youth, and mission to be a national leader in the new cosmetic segment. So it is the SWOT analysis. Okay, founder has identified that his areas of interest is the fine art and so. Right. Anand, being the strategy implementer of Nelio, should be aware of which of the following statements about corporate culture. Corporate culture reveal strategic decision. Okay, change all the hindering facets of the corporate culture for effective strategy execution of the corporate culture, and leadership style is a subset of culture. Change all the hindering facets, so all the aspects of your corporate culture which is affecting your strategy execution, you change all those aspects of the corporate culture, right? Change all those aspects of the corporate culture. Okay, right? So that is case scenario 34. Now coming to case scenario 35. Recent reports in leading business magazines of Southeast Asia predicted a growth in last mile transportation, problems to be faced by developing nations as they strengthen their public transportation network. Arindam, a a student of architecture and city planning, wanted to take the first mover advantage in India. And for that, he started a small e-bike rental business called Cuckoo Bikes. Cuckoo Bikes started a fleet of 10 normal bicycles in Arindam's university campus, now grown into a fleet of over 200 solar-powered cycles and mini scooters across the city of Ahmedabad. This also meant employing full-time operation teams and putting an organization structure in place. People hired professionals with an outlook for business acumen. The business development team planned to introduce a very innovative idea wherein people could play a cycle riding game in their phones on the Cuckoo app, and the points earned in the game could be used to redeem their riding charges. Oh, this was taken into consideration with the growing online gaming craze amongst youngsters, even though their internal IT team did not expertise in gaming development. However, they were confident and targeted that they should increase the number of rides per user by 6 times within the next 90 days. The company was able to get funding from Chitta Global Partners, who had already invested in Cycall, a two-wheeler ride-hailing application. Cycall had an entirely different business model, but the investor eyed infusion of Cuckoo with Cycall, which made Cycall a direct competitor for Cuckoo. Okay. The investors were also a little skeptical of the current team as it was young and vibrant but lacked experience in terms of business direction and money management. For this, they roped in Mr. P. Jalan, a veteran of consumer marketing and startup ecosystem development. The task given to him was to develop internal leaders and teams that can grow in the maturity as the business grows in scale. Like this had to be very swift as the market is at the verge of explosion in terms of competition. Quite a challenge for him in the coming years. With money in the bank and experience in leadership, who aims to build a mega business around pay and ride e-cycles in India over the last mile, can cover the last mile connectivity that public transport cannot offer. Based on the above case scenario, उत्तर दीजिए. Which of the following statements is true for Kuku's strategy to compete with Kaikon? It is very difficult to clearly estimate the competitive response to a firm strategy. It is quite easy to clearly estimate. It is the first step in competitive analysis to clearly estimate the competitive response. It is not possible to clearly estimate. What does it say? It is very difficult to clearly estimate the competitive response to a firm strategy, right? So what action will be taken by the competitor against your strategy? It's very difficult to estimate. Which of the following can be said about Cuckoo right per customer incremental objective? It is not measurable in real terms. It is not time bound, frame and specific, not competitively challenging. Its implementation is outside of the company's existing resources. Right? So what does it say? They do not have the in-house experts for developing the gaming app. And this was taken into consideration. The company, the internal IT team did not expertise in the gaming development. Right? They did not expertise. So it is not measurable, it is not time bound, frame bound, it is not competitively challenging, or its implementation is outside of the company's existing. Yes, as they do not have the in-house expertise. Their internal IT team does not have the expertise for the same. With investment from Cheetah Global Partners, which of the following phases of business strategy would Arindam want to focus into? Right, so are they into market penetration, growth, maturity, or the cost leadership? So look at the variety. One they got the NSOF. Right, then after that, two, they have given the examples of the PLC, the introduction, growth, maturity, and the decline, and then talking about the Michael Porter generic strategies. And then talking about the Michael Porter generic strategies, the cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Right? So here it is the growth strategy. Then investment in Kuku can be termed as which of the following from the Chitta Global Partner perspective? It says it is a question mark. Why? Because it's a relatively new area where the market growth rate is slow right now, but the company is having a relative high market share. Right? So that's the question mark. And then Mr. P. Jalan was not responsible for which of the following facets of internal strategy? Changing the problem culture, right? Division of the strategic division making from the core culture, creating a strong fit between strategy and culture, mapping centralization and decentralization of the authority, right? So Jalan, right, who has been appointed in the company, right, and startup ecosystem development, right? So we roped in, who is a veteran of consumer marketing and the startup ecosystem. The task given to him was to develop the internal leaders and teams that they can grow in maturity as the business grow in scale. Right? So develop internal leaders. This had to be very swift as the market is at the verge of the terms of competition and quite a challenge for him in the coming years. Right? So what the task given to him was to develop the internal leaders and the team that can grow in maturity as the business grew. Right? So changing the problem culture, yes. So was not responsible for which of the following facets? Creating a strong fit, yes. Mapping centralization and decentralization, yes. But division of strategic decision making from the were mentioned. Right? That is nowhere mentioned, right? So you can mark this particular case scenario as 5 star, important one. Right. Next, coming to question number 36. Swasth, a rising star in India's dynamic healthcare sector, stands out as a prime example of smart strategic management. As Swasthya, the company, yes, the compass guiding their endeavors is a compelling thought to emerge as the finest healthcare provider, renowned for delivering the accessible, top-notch healthcare services. This overarching goal is not an isolated vision, but a thread woven into the very fabric of the organization, driving every facet of their operation. The people of the organization play a vital role in this journey. They are entrusted with translating this vision into tangible outcome at the grassroots level, ensuring that local operations are aligned with the grand aspiration of becoming a healthcare leader. Swasthya works meticulously towards optimizing each link of the patient experience. So that's value chain. From streamlining appointment scheduling to expediting the test result delivery, every facet Swasthya's strategy is not merely about being a player in the market, but about strategically positioning themselves as leaders. They proactively recognize the constant innovations that could disrupt their areas of expertise. To counter this, they introduce the value added offerings such as the telemedicine and the wellness program. This addition not only mitigates the risk but also fortifies their long term viability. Beyond competition, ensuring the quality and safety of patient care is paramount at Swasthya. Stringent hygiene protocol, equipment maintenance regimen, and adherence to healthcare regulation form the cornerstone of their business. In parallel, the organization meticulously undertakes the regular assessment as a central element of its decision-making apparatus. This forward-looking exercise encompasses identifying and assessing the potential risks such as the regulatory changes, medical malpractice vulnerabilities, or shifts in market dynamic, all of which could have the far reaching consequences for their long-term objectives. The implementation of Swasthya strategy is steered by the McKinsey 7S model, which ensures a harmonious alignment of the seven critical elements: strategy, structure, system, shared value, skill, style, and staff. It emphasizes the contingent on the synchronization of these seven elements, reinforcing the idea that strategic management is not a compartmentalized process but a comprehensive activity. Swasthya's strategic journey through India's healthcare landscape is a testament to the seamless integration of the core management concept, guiding its actions and strategy while keeping the vision and the intent at the core. Based on the above case scenario, answer. How does Shastya's approach to premise control, that is systematic and continuous monitoring of the environment, includes the stringent hygiene protocols and equipment maintenance, contribute to their long-term objectives, and which concept does it align with? Right? It reduces the immediate cost and aligns with the strategic risk assessment. It safeguards quality and aligns with the strategic risk assessment. It enhances immediate profitability and aligns with the shared values. It streamlines the administrative process and aligns with the value chain analysis. Right? So it reduces immediate cost? No. It enhances immediate profitability? No. It streamlines administrative process? No. It safeguards quality and aligns with the strategic risk assessment. It safeguards the quality and aligns with the strategic risk assessment. How does Swasthya counter the risk posed by constant innovations and disruptions in their areas of expertise? By aggressively acquiring innovative startups, by introducing value added service like telemedicine and wellness program, by downsizing their operation, by focusing exclusively on the urban healthcare market. ऐसा कुछ नहीं लिखा है. Innovative startups, downsizing exclusively on urban healthcare markets. It says by introducing value added service like the telemedicine and the wellness program. Why is the McKinsey 7S model significant in the Swasthya strategic management approach, and which elements of the model ensure a holistic alignment of their strategy? It facilitates short term profit maximization based with a focus on structure and style. It emphasizes balanced approach to strategy focused on shared values and skill. It ensures a comprehensive alignment of strategy, structure, system, shared value, skill, style, and stuff. It prioritizes immediate cost reduction by aligning systems and strategy. Right? So obviously, it is the very obvious one. It ensures a comprehensive alignment of the 7S. It ensures a comprehensive alignment. Why is the focus on local operations essential for Swasthya in the context of their long-term objective? And how does it contribute to their overall strategy? It reduces strategic risk by minimizing the need for strategic risk assessment. It aligns with their commitment to immediate profitability. It translates the organization vision into tangible outcome and aligns with their long-term objective. Okay. It diversifies their portfolio and aligns with the competitive landscape analysis. It says it translates the organization vision into tangible outcome and aligns with their long-term objective. The case talks about scrutiny of every facet of the healthcare journey and also emphasizes the fact that the organization play a pivotal role in the journey. Based on your reading, which level of management has the most crucial part to play here to ensure the sense of customer first is imbibed in the organization? Right? So it says top management, which sets the tone and strategy of the organization. Middle management, divisional managers who have the responsibility of translating the strategy to real term objectives, functional managers who actually do the work on the field, and board of directors who are of the shareholders. Right. So A and D, anyways, out of question. Top management and board of directors. Now, based on your reading, which level of management has the most crucial role to play here to ensure the sense of customer first? Right. So it has to be the middle management, like the divisional manager. Right. So that is our discussion for the case scenario 36. Now coming to 37. Easy Drinks LLP, a company in the healthcare industry, found itself grappling with a severe cash crunch due to high production costs and sluggish sales amid tough competition. Led by KK Batra, the team realized that a significant overhaul of processes, business operations was necessary to turn the tide. Taking a bold leap, they took the decision to invest all of their debt in their balance sheet into brand building. Their new strategy comprised of two key elements. First, they sought to position their brand as a leading extreme sports drink brand, aiming to elevate the customer experience and the perceived value. Second, they opted to outsource their production and distribution to external vendors. This move was driven by the intention to reduce operational costs significantly and channel the savings into strengthening their brand position. With these transformative changes in mind, the company reimagined itself as Purple Tiger. Yo, the brand's new identity featured a distinctive logo, a rising tiger on a bright purple can, setting it apart from its competitors in the market. To build a brand that resonated with consumers, Easy Drinks LLP heavily invested in extreme sports sponsorship. They supported world record holder attempts, sponsored skydiving, fishing, deep diving, paragliding, bullfight, hot air balloon races, and various other adventure sports worldwide. The vision was to capture the attention of every individual who identified with the thrill of adventure sports. This approach marked a revolutionary step for the company. Another aspect that set Purple Tiger apart from its competitor was its packaging. While most other brands offered standard 150 ml fat cans, the Purple Tiger introduced a unique 180 ml long slimmer can. This differentiation allowed the company to charge a premium for the perceived pride. It added to the customer experience, a strategy they termed as the pride premium pricing. Pride premium pricing. Right, so I just remember, like I had seen this particular something. I think, oh, I hope you've seen this book which we talked about yesterday, the 12 Rules for Life, or you've made a note of it somewhere. Right, so I don't know, but I know Fat Tuesdays, right? Why do they call it Fat Tuesday? Yeah. And then if you see this particular, yeah, like these are the long tumblers, right? So I remember when I had gone to my US trip, and so many people's hand, I was seeing these long, like, such big tumblers over there. I was just wondering, and then like how you see Starbucks everywhere around, like that I was everywhere on the stores of this Fat Tuesday, Fat Tuesday, Fat Tuesday. And then I came to know it was some particular what you say, is particular, like different types of the tumblers and all that they are having over there, right? So some Fat Tuesday, exactly, these were the type of the stores that they were having, and they look like these big containers over there. It's obviously, now see, it's remained in my mind even after a long time, ki, oh, it was something different, right? So when I read particular piece of information over there, it introduced a unique 180 ml long slimmer can. This differentiation allowed the company to charge a premium for the perceived price. It added to the consumer experience strategy they termed the price premium pricing. However, the decision to outsource the entire operation posted its own set of risks, mainly concerning the quality control and the measurement. Despite this, Easy Drinks LLP carefully selected Thai Beverages, a reputable Thailand based company, as their strategic partner to support them in this endeavor. To instill confidence and ensure a long term relationship, Thai Beverages was offered a share in the profit. This move aimed to free up the team's focus from operational and supply chain matters, enable them to concentrate fully on the brand building of the Purple Tiger. Purple Tiger's transformation exemplifies how a change in strategy can bring about a complete shift in the outlook, the vision, and mission of the company. The successful execution of their new approach demonstrates the potential for newer dimensions to emerge in the business landscape. Based on the above uttar, how did Purple Tiger unique packaging contribute to its competitive advantage? It attracted more customers, it reduced production costs, it allowed them to charge a premium, it strengthened the partnership with Thai beverages. So that has no link. Right? What does it say? They put the new container, and this differentiation allowed the company to charge a premium. So that's given in the question only. It allowed them to charge a premium. Which of the following growth strategy did Easy Drink LLP use to free up their own teams and focus on their core specification of brand building? What did they go for? Horizontal integration, conglomerate, or the concentric diversification, right? So what they did, they opted for outsourcing their production and distribution to the external vendors. This move was driven by the intention to reduce the operational costs, right? So production distribution to the external vendors, that means what are they going for? The vertically integrated diversification, right? So production, that is backward, and distribution, that is forward, right? So both backward and the forward integration, right? Backward and also the forward integration. Why? Because the production also and the distribution also, right? And the distribution also. Okay. The partnership with Thai Beverages is an outbound vision of which of these? Supply chain management, logistics management, financial strategy, ease of operational control. What did it say? That once they entered into the strategic partnership, right, to ensure long this, a Thai Beverages was offered share in the profits. This move aimed to free up the team's focus from operational and supply chain matters, enable them to concentrate fully on the brand building. Right? So what does it say? To free them, and it is kept on the profit share basis. So it is a yes, right? The partnership with the Thai beverages is an outbound version of which of these? Right? So outbound version of which of these, right? So reputable as their strategic partner to support them, to instill confidence and ensure a long-term. Thai Beverages was offered a share in the profits. Like the decision to outsource the entire operation posed its own set of risks, mainly concerning the quality control and the measurement. Despite this, Easy Drinks LLP carefully selected Thai Beverages, a reputable Thailand-based company, as their strategic partner to support them in this endeavor. That they did not want to keep the headache of the production and distribution at that end. Right? So that is why what they did, they associated with a the Thailand company over there, right? So what does it say? Supply chain management, logistics management, financial control, ease of operational control, right? So it's not logistics, it's not ease of operational, right? So what is it talking about? The supply chain management. Okay, then Purple Tiger decision to involve in Thai beverages in profit sharing reflects a strategy focus on the strategic alliances. An Easy Drink LLP decision to sponsor the extreme sports, the adventure sports, aligned with the strategic objective of the market development, market penetration, right? So it's the market penetration, the existing products to the existing customer, right? Existing product to the in the existing market, right? So existing product in the existing market, right? So that's the market penetration, right? Market penetration. Okay, right? So that is case scenario number 37. Now coming to case scenario 38. In July 2014, Fresh Air Hospitality and Resorts launched a major project called Fit in Future after being in losses for 3 consecutive years. According to analysis by senior management, many customers were not returning and repeat sales of rooms were low. Right? The cost kitchen, if the losses were allowed to continue, the survival of the organization was doubtful. Fit in Future project was organization-wide, employee-driven initiative that focused in reversing the trend and find ways to find out how the organization can survive. Focus was to provide high quality services while finding new ways of delivery to improve customer satisfaction and reduce costs. The idea was to create a conducive organizational culture and work climate. At the time, Shailaja Mehta joined the organization as the new resident manager. She brought with her considerable experience, quality of services in restaurant, banquet cell, and the room reservation. She immediately set about spending 2 months talking to the and followed by a series of meetings where discussions were held about bringing a guest first approach. Some of the staff members expressed frustration that their suggestions on improving services were often not heard, making them demotivated. The new manager noted their concerns. Over time, she offered enthusiasm and inspired the staff to exert them for the good of the organization. Transformational leadership style and enthusiasm and inspired the staff to exert them for the good of the organization. As an outcome of the project, it was decided that both in internal as well as external interaction, customers will be called guests and treated accordingly. There was general agreement that reducing wastages and improving the quality of services should be chief priority from top to bottom. It was decided that the team leaders shall always work together with frontline staff for speedy decision. Focus training programs were organized to to remain well groomed and courteous to guests at all times. Accordingly, a new system was put in place from January 15. As a result of the guests improved, the loyalty reflected in the form of increase in repeat sales over the next 2 years. After 2 years, while the organization was able to make some profits, they were considering right, the capital employed. In July 2018, Shailaja Mehta suggested to make extensive study to radically redesign existing ways of doing work and delivering these services. Okay, so now based on the case scenario, answer the MCQ. Fit in Future project can be best related to improving leadership, improving morale, coordination, or turnaround. Right, so it is a turnaround, right, wherein you are trying to change the current situation of the company. The leadership style of Shailaja Mehta can be best described as transformational. And to succeed, Fresh Air Hospitality and Resort needs to deliver better value to the customers. Yes, improve efficiency. Yes, fix minimum profit percentage over cost. It says right now they can't think of minimum profit. It's a better value to the customers and improving the efficiency. Right, to succeed. Okay, right. So that is case scenario 38. Now coming to case scenario 39. Since its inception in 1910, the family business of Indian ethnic wear firm at Shanti Prasad and Sons, run Rakesh Gupta and his three sons, has been seen major transformation in the supply chain, product development, and the management. The inheritance over generations hasn't been easy as it was subject to family roles, but the company stood together, strong to its core principle. 2011, major foreign brands have been eyeing the segment with world-class of their boutique in the plush areas around the country. JJM, a fresh design house, recently branded its Indian wear film personalities to attract the masses. This damaged existing supply chain attracted new age buyers and has been profitable from the very beginning. The three sons reach out to you for management consultancy to help them with the competition, if not beat it. You study the business inside out and come up with three options. First, to exit the Indian market and start exporting their designs to European market. This would ensure bigger revenue and forex gain, and also the distribution channels were well built there. Second, to become the major manufacturer of the GMM and other big foreign brands. This would ensure they stay relevant in the market, as well as the promotional care would be taken care of by GMM, and the volumes they would rope in would actually mean growth of for Shanti Prasad and Sons too. So third, to sell their designs to the global brands with the patent protection. This would ensure a perpetual flow of revenue and a new market altogether with global business exposure. The family, after considering your proposals, knowing the intricacies of business and its environment, decided to blend option 2 and 3. Okay, the success or failure could only be gauged in 3 quarters when they sit down for their internal post-implementation review. Based on the above uttar, what can be said about the attitudes of the owners, right, with regard to their strategy mindset when they reached out for the consultancy? What did they say? At least they meet the competition if not beat it, and meet the competition if not meet it, beat it. So it says expansion oriented, stability oriented, retrenchment oriented, or combination oriented. So it is stability oriented. If the owners went with option 2, what was option 2? Major manufacturer of JMN and the other big foreign brands, which of the following components of market strategy would be irrelevant for them? Right? So the promotion, because that will be taken care of by the JMM. Okay, right. Then option 3, if opted, would help in sustainability of which of the following and would ensure so because of which of the major characteristic of the sustainability, right? So option 3, to sell their designs to the to the global brands with the patent protection. This would ensure a perpetual flow of the revenue and a new market altogether with global business exposure. Right? So sustainability of the competitive advantage by ensuring transferability, sustainability of value creation by ensuring appropriability, sustainability of value creation by restricting the imitability, or sustainability of the competitive advantage by ensuring the durability. Right? So one, is it value creation over there? No, it is the competitive advantage. And how the competitive advantage? Right? It says this would ensure that they would stay relevant in the market as sorry, and this would ensure a perpetual flow of the revenue. So perpetual flow of the revenue, that means it will ensure their durability and perpetual flow of the revenue. For Shanti Prasad and Sons, well as JJM, globalization has been a key area of consideration. As times change and new players enter a market, the existing firm needs to be careful about their survival. Which of the following statement about globalization is jhoot, is false for JJM? It unifies the trade and such trade barriers become irrelevant. It market with the foreign competitors. It includes commitment to invest heavily in other countries. It brings in foreign investment in the form of FDI. Right? So what does it say? Which of the following statements about globalization is false? It unifies the trade and trade barrier becomes irrelevant. Yes. What are we talking about? Globalization, like the globalization. So it eliminates the trade barriers. Yes. It includes commitment to invest heavily in other countries. Yes, that is globalization. It brings foreign investment in the form of FDR. Yes. It needs ability to compete in the domestic market with the foreign competitors. No. So what does it say? That is false about globalization, because now we are not talking about the domestic market, we are talking about the global market over there. And for GMM, which of the following structure would be best suited in case all major Indian family run businesses start producing designs for them, while JMM simply takes care of the distribution and the marketing? So it has to be the networking structure. Why? Because it is the outsourcing. Okay, all the production producing designs will be done by the by the Indian families over there. Okay, and so that is case scenario 39. Now coming to 40. In the fiercely competitive automotive industry, Zing, a promising newcomer, set out on a strategic journey with ambitions of making a substantial impact. Recognizing the significance of a robust distribution network early on, Zing forged partnerships with established dealerships, offered them attractive margins. This strategic move significantly enhanced Zing's reach with a presence in 80% of the nation's dealership by 2022, expanding its coverage significantly. To differentiate themselves from the competitors, Zim adopted two key strategies. Firstly, they prioritized the product design, invested heavily in aesthetics, and incorporating features and environment friendly technologies. This focus on design led to their vehicles receiving excellent reviews and achieving an impressive 15% year on year growth in sales. Secondly, Zing implemented switching costs to discourage customers from switching to other brands. Right? Their vehicles featured branded software, making it both expensive and cumbersome for the customers to transition to alternative brands. This strategic move effectively protected Zing's market share. Zing's overarching goal was to position itself as a premium automotive brand, blending luxury with sustainability. However, their execution fell down as they challenged with the maintaining consistent quality and service levels, resulting in mixed customer review. Despite their best efforts, Zing strategy fell short due to issues with inconsistent quality and service. Negative word of mouth and declining customer satisfaction scores tarnished with their brand image, leading to stagnating sales. This failure to deliver on their brand promise proved to be a significant setback. As Zing's reputation suffered from executional failure, securing additional funds for international expansion became challenging. Consequently, they made the difficult decision to postpone their global ambitions for the next 5 years, focusing instead on stabilizing their finances and rebuilding their brand image. In summary, Zing's strategic journey illustrates the importance of not only crafting a compelling differentiation strategy, but also executing it flawlessly. In the competitive automotive landscape, maintaining consistent quality and service is paramount to sustaining brand loyalty and achieving long-term success. Based on the above, Uttar, what key strategic approach did Zing use to expand its market presence in the automotive industry? Right? Product innovation, design, cost leadership, entering new international market, vertical integration? No, it is the product innovation and the design. Right? Prioritize the product design. Right? So product innovation and the design. How did Zing protect its market share from the potential competitors by price cutting, branded software, and the switching cost? Yes. And a branded for aggressive marketing, international expansion? No. Why did Zing's strategy fall short in the market? Intense price competition, poor marketing strategy, inconsistent quality and service, and lack of international expansion. It says the inconsistent quality and service. Forging partnerships with the established dealership to enhance its distribution network falls under which level of the strategy? Corporate level, business level, functional level, or the competitive level. It is the business level strategy, right? It is the business level strategy. And how did Zing initially expand its market presence across the nation? Aggressive marketing campaigns, developing the low cost vehicle, partnering with the established dealership, or launching a luxury brand. So it says partnership with the established dealership in 2022. No, yeah, it says expanding. It's covered significantly, right? So it talks about partnership with the established dealerships. Oh my God. So 80% of the MCQs are now done. And 80% because we have 50 case scenarios to be discussed. Slowly, holle, dheere, 1 to 40 done. Holle, dheere. We also complete with the 41 to 50. Okay, you are just listening. Don't have too much of sympathy for yourself. Think about me. No, ma'am, you passed your exam. That's the only requirement. Okay, right. Okay, question number 41. Cafe Delight, a thriving restaurant chain known for its unique blend of Australian and Indian culinary experiences, embarked on a remarkable journey from its humble beginnings as a small cafe in Australia to becoming a renowned player in the Indian restaurant industry. This case study digs into the strategic decision and the market dynamics that fueled Cafe Delight's growth, highlighting its transition from a single cafe in Powai, Mumbai to a flourishing chain with a presence in 5 cities and over 25 stores. It explores how Cafe Delight effectively leveraged social media and adapted its pricing strategy to compete with global brands while maintaining a healthy profit margin. In 2005, Cafe Delight was founded in Melbourne, Australia, by a passionate entrepreneur with a vision to bring the flavors of Australia and India together. The first cafe established in Powai, Mumbai received accolades for its unique menu, blending Australian coffee culture with the Indian culinary traditions. Over the course of 5 years, Cafe Delight expanded to 3 stores in Mumbai, driven by exceptional mouth publicity, customer loyalty, and the consistent quality. As the social media landscape evolved, Cafe Delight recognized the power of online platform in reaching a wider audience. By effectively utilizing social media and online marketing, Cafe Delight expanded its presence to 5 cities across India and established over 25 stores. Customer engagement through social media platform enabled the brand to create a strong and vibrant community driving organic growth. Cafe Delight customer-centric approach involved continuously evolving its menu to cater to the changing tastes and dietary preferences of its patrons. By understanding the evolving needs of its customers, Cafe Delight would offer personalized menu items, seasonal special, and dietary alternatives. This approach created a sense of loyalty and engagement among customers, strengthening the brand's appeal. Not just customers, but high power, low interest stakeholders, including the regulatory authority, were addressed with careful compliance and adherence to the industry standards. Low power, high interest stakeholders like potential customers and local communities were engaged through the targeted marketing campaigns and the community involvement initiatives. Right? So we have keep informed, keep satisfied, and those right, the high priority and low priority. This meticulous stakeholder analysis allows Cafe Delight to build and maintain strong relationships with each group, effectively managing their influence and impact on the brand. With its expanding presence and increasing popularity, Cafe Delight underwent a shift in its pricing strategy. It transitioned from a pocket friendly pricing model to a scheming strategy, capitalizing on its unique blend of the Australian and Indian flavors to position itself as a premium restaurant. Cafe Delight faced off stiff competition from the global brands entering the Indian market, but maintained a profit margin of approximately 30% through menu engineering and targeted pricing. In one of its kind, using strategic tools enable Cafe Delight to identify and act on opportunities while mitigating the threats, contributing to its long-term success in a highly competitive restaurant industry. Based on the above, Uttar DGA. Cafe Delight effectively leveraged social media and adapted its pricing strategy as it stepped into which phase of the business life cycle of the operation, obviously the growth stage. They came and then into through social media, they wanted to grow. Then, what stakeholder group did Cafe Delight engage through by target marketing campaigns and the community involvement initiatives? Right, so targeted marketing and the marketing. Right, so it talks about the targeted okay, the targeted marketing and the community involvement initiatives. What does it say? Low power, high interest stakeholders, right? So low power and the high interest stakeholders, right? So low power and the high interest stakeholders. They were involved in targeting the marketing campaigns and community involvement initiatives. What best describes Cafe Delight's initial expansion strategy when it expanded from one coffee to Cafe to three in Mumbai? Aggressive price reduction? No. Leveraging customer loyalty and word of mouth publicity? Yes. Extensive online? No. Embracing global branding strategy? At which level of strategic management does Cafe Delight's transition from a pocket friendly pricing model to a skimming strategy fit into? Again, it is at the business level, right? It is at the business level. And what type of strategy did Cafe Delight use to differentiate from its competitors in the Indian restaurant industry? Right. So now in the Indian restaurant industry, so first is it cost leadership? There is nothing called as hybrid. Cost focused strategy. We have the focused cost leadership strategy and the focused differentiation strategy. Right. So here they have implemented the focused differentiation strategy. Right. So Indian flavors to position itself in the premium restaurant, and they faced stiff competition but maintained a profit margin. Right. So underwent a shift in its pricing strategy, capitalizing on its unique blend of Australian and Indian flavors, right? So that was the differentiation point, right? So and for the narrow market, so that is focused differentiation strategy. Okay, and to those of you who are seeing this particular video in the lectures that you have purchased, and I'm also putting this lecture on the YouTube for the benefit of more of the students studying for SM, is your mind certainly of one opinion that yeah, in content. This is the nice. I've not got any such material where all the MCQs are put together, or where all so many MCQs are discussed at one go. That's my view, or I don't know. It's just a thought which came. And because I know the way I have, collected all the MTP, RTP, Word, PDF file, converting into Word, and then formatting, and then compiling all of them together. And then I end result, I'm like, yeah, okay. Actually, it is going to be so beneficial for the students to get, to study from this MCQ compiler over here. Okay, right. One Earth Limited operates as a diversified conglomerate with involvement in including the FMCG, stationery, apparel, heavy engineering, and cement industry, benefiting from a substantial free reserves of 75,000 crore. One Earth Limited has established a robust brand reputation largely attributed to its dominant market position in multiple sectors. In the cement industry, OL has maintained its industry leadership over the past 2 decades. The cement division recent performance has been notably strong. A significant development in the industry landscape took place when two competitors, Raksha Products and Strongman Cement, initially ranked the third and fourth in the market share respectively, merged to form a new entity, Unnati Cement Limited. As a result, the Unnati Cement Limited now secures the second position in terms of market share. So Geo and then Vodafone Idea merged, something like that. Amidst this backdrop, the chairman of One Earth Limited convened a comprehensive meeting regional head, marketing leadership, and the group CFO. The meeting's objectives encompassed devising concrete strategies for the cement division, exploring avenues for broader corporate expansion, and determining an interim dividend strategy in celebration of the OEL's Golden Jubilee anniversary. Mr. Rishikesh Raj, the CEO of the cement division, articulated the industry's lag in modernization when compared to global standards. He highlighted the immense potential with emerging product categories such as high strength Portland, Pozzolana cement, PPC, ready mix products, and cement blocks. Anticipating a swift consumer attraction to these innovations, he proposed a modernization initiative demanding an investment of approximately 5,000 crore. This transformation is predicted to yield a 22% reduction in overhead costs post modernization, along with a 10% reduction in wastage. Analyzing the financial landscape of the competitors, right? The CFO presented insights indicating that other players are unlikely to undertake expansion or upgrades for the next 7 to 8 years. In response, the board greenlight the proposed modernization effort and earmarked an additional rupees 1,000 crore to fortify the distribution channel. Another proposal discussed due diversification into the home appliance sector. The board granted approval for this strategic expansion, allocating 76,500 crore to facilitate entry into this new market. Additionally, the board endorsed the distribution of an interim dividend amounting to 50 per share as a part of the celebrations marking the Golden Jubilee year. Right? Answer. What strategic level are the decisions to foray into the home appliance business and approve the interim dividend made at 100%? They are made at the corporate level, like the corporate level. In the context of the Michael Porter Five Forces framework, the merger between Raksha Product Limited and Strongman, like Cement Limited, leading to Unnati Cement Limited moving to the second position in the market share, demonstrates bargaining power of the supplier, threat of new entrants, intensity of industry rivalry, or the bargaining power of the buyers. So it's the rivalry among the current players. What type of diversification strategy is OEL pursuing by entering the home appliances segment? Horizontal, vertical, concentric, or conglomerate, right? So it is unrelated, right? So that will be the conglomerate. Which of the following best describes OEL's overall corporate strategy in light of the above case scenario? Right? Cost leadership, product differentiation, market expansion, diversification, and focus needs strategy. Right? So they are going for the market expansion and the diversification. Right? Market expansion and the diversification. Right? So that is the case scenario 42. Now coming to 43. ABC Limited and Chitta Limited are two companies that are in the business of manufacturing electric scooters. Vroom, vroom. Sales of ABC Limited are rising while sales of Chitta have been falling. During the last 5 years, the market share of Chitta reduced from second to fifth position. Mr. Ramesh was appointed as CEO of Chitta last year when the company was unable to industry. As an immediate corrective measure, Mr. Ramesh decided to emulate the successful standards he intended to compare, measure, and judge the performance. Further, he introduced a company wide competition for the best innovation. He has been influential in bringing about a culture of oneness and inspiration amongst the employees. Under his direction, one of the employees came up with the idea of an inbuilt GPS system in the electric scooter. Another employee gave the idea of mobile charging point in the scooter with a pocket to hold on the mobile handset. Chitta Limited adopted the innovation suggested by its employees in their new model. The new modified model Raftar, loaded with new features, was launched with the slogan Reach right place in right time and stay connected. Mr. Ramesh's leadership turned around the company to be a leader in innovation, transformational. Chitta Limited envisaged to innovate mobility solutions with passion to enhance quality of life. The shape of scooter was made more attractive. It was available in many colors. The price of the new model was higher than the other electric scooters in the market. Raftar was widely accepted by the younger population. That means focused. Okay, which leadership style has been adopted by Mr. Ramesh, and this style is appropriate in? Right, so obviously he's adopted the transformational leadership, and that too in the mature industry. Turbulent environment, it is in the turbulent environment. Which of the following Michael Porter generic strategy has been followed in launching the Raftar? Right, so what does it say? Differentiation over there. Right, so the new model was higher than the other electric scooters in the market and was widely accepted by the younger population. Right, so it talks about the differentiation, but probably could be a point of debate that why not is it the focused differentiation, because it's only the younger population. But first, are they differentiating their product over there? Yes. Then Chitta Limited envisages to innovate mobility solutions with passion to enhance the quality of life. This is obviously the right, the mission or the vision of the company. So innovate the mobility solutions with the passion to enhance the quality of the life. So that means they are talking about their product or service. What business are they into? So that is mission. Then Tom Tom, a sneaker brand, wanted to understand their competitive landscape and thus looking for the weakest competitor to buy them and thereby decreasing competition. Which of the following will be most helpful for them to begin with their plan? Mergers and acquisition, BCG growth matrix, strategy growth matrix. It says the strategic group mapping. And so all of a sudden, some sneaker brand question they've added over there. Right, now coming to case scenario 44. High Tech Corporation has been a pioneer in developing innovative products and core technologies that have played a vital role in shaping the future of electronics. The company expertise in LCDs, right, and the digital technologies has helped it to offer one of the most comprehensive and advanced lines of electronic information products and electronic components, while also creating the new network businesses. However, it has always been a leader. It hasn't always been a leader in the industry. High-Tech Corporation has traveled a long way from an assembler of television to a leading TV manufacturer. In the early days, High-Tech was making low quality, low price television and was overshadowed by players like LG, Sony, and Samsung. It was a technology follower in the beginning and was using secondary technology, which resulted in a low brand image. Through a major transformation under the leadership of Mr. Joyce, who focused on R&D and innovation to enhance its market coverage and reputation. High-tech's innovation in LCD technology and developing product features LCD made it the world's largest manufacturer of LCD TVs. The company's success has been attributed to its focus on innovation, which is a critical factor in sustaining its position as a leader in the industry. However, the global economic downturn has affected high-tech, and the industry has realized that not only innovation in terms of quality, cost, and competitive strength can help companies survive. Additionally, every new technology becomes obsolete faster, which means companies have to continuously innovate to stay ahead of the competition. High tech is facing challenges from the ever changing competitive scenario, with global competitors striving to dethrone it and enter the entry of low cost manufacturers from Asia. The emergence of the newer display technologies with superior quality at a lower price has posed one of the biggest challenges for high tech. While high tech has taken the first mover advantage, it is facing competition from the late entrants. Based on the above, Uttar. Can high tech's initial position in the industry be called as a cost leadership strategy? It says the initial position, a manufacturer of low quality, low price television. No, it is not a cost leader, as cost leader in low quality with low prices. Right? It says low quality at low price. Yes, a cost leader, they offered low prices. So cost leader means it's with low cost of production, does not necessarily mean low. Technology follower. Yes, as a cost leader, you are a technology follower. No. Technology leader. Yes, a cost leader as technology leader. No. It says no, not a cost leader. As cost leader does not necessarily mean low quality with the low prices. Mr. Joyce's focused results from moving to an innovative company were increased the market share, increased market product coverage and reputation, enjoy price scheming in the market, change the business model of the organization. It says that market coverage and reputation. As consultant who studies industries, what would be your highlighted area of industry analysis for high tech? At competition from the late entrants, emergence of the newer display technology, global economic downturn, or OTTA, all of the above. It is OTTA, all of the above. From the case above, which of the following has been most crucial learning for the company for a long-term product life cycle perspective? Innovation is the key to success. Change in management leads to growth. Continuous innovation is essential to stay ahead of the industry. Analysis should be first as well as the last step in strategic management. It says continuous innovation is essential to stay ahead of the competition. What was the key success factor in the high tech success? Is in the high tech success. So market coverage, reputation, innovation, or cost? It was the innovation, right? It was the innovation. So that is case scenario 44. Now coming to 45. Chantal, a management consultant from Rome, Italy, was on an official tour of Rajasthan when she realized the tourism great experiences from around the globe. And more surprising for her, offering of major cafes and lounges, which were about one sixth of what was charged in her city, Rome. Being a business enthusiast, she decided to explore the business potential in Udaipur for a year. She had five major areas to learn about and plan: existing competition, location and rental of her lounge, training team, trainable team of individuals, English speaking, raw material sourcing and pricing, and promotion. Existing competition was high as people were already serving foreign tourists and even tourists like the Desi touch and feel. However, Chantal saw the segment of the customers who are willing to find travel partners for their further trips. They would enjoy a cup of coffee or a jug of cooler to chit chat, build a network on their vacation. For location, she got lucky with an old property just on the lakeside but had to spend a little over her budget to renovate, even though she took multiple quotations from designers. The rentals in Udaipur have always been high, but she was confident of the cash flow from the business, so decided to take the risk. Rajasthani youth is well trained in English, French, and German, and that came as a blessing for her. She was able to employ three girls, customer facing, two boys for logistics. Raw material was a bit tricky, but to handle though. Good quality coffee beans and fruits were available only from Delhi and Jaipur, which had its own cost of transportation. Milk being a main component for most of the things on the menu, decide needed to be of the prime quality. For food, she found an alternative in sourcing from nearby villages through local agents, while the milk and coffee had to come from Delhi. Promotion had been her area of expertise, and this came in handy as she executed a foolproof digital promotion strategy for her launch. She named it Aroma Launch, as A would give top results in alphabetical order of search by customers online. Within 3 months itself, she managed to get great reviews on major travel websites and thus loads of customers. The business was good. Cash flows were strong. Brand equity gained momentum. And Chantal now already plans to open two more branches in the state. Okay, right. Based on the above case scenario answer, even though Chantal knew she was giving the higher rent for the location of a lounge, which of the following strategies helped her to take that risk? Right, it says marketing strategy, financial strategy, negotiation strategy, or the supply chain strategy. Right, so what does it say? But she was confident of the cash flow from the business, so she decided to take the risk. So that was the financial strategy. Suppose Chantal decides to expand her business through franchisee across different states that attract the major foreign tourists. For this, she combines different retailers to source from and makes her employees as trainers to train more local youth. Which element of strategic intent would the strategy need to focus on? And what strategy would best suit her, given the fact that she strongly believes in incremental growth over the exponential growth? Right? So it would need to focus on the goals, objectives, and the strategy which would best suit her will be the growth strategy, which is only happy with the incremental growth. That means we are talking about the strategy. Right? So combination strategy, no. Growth strategy, no. Growth strategy, no. So it would focus on the business model, and the strategy would best suit her with the stability strategy. For Chantal, pricing was an issue as she wanted to deliver international standards of quality at traveler friendly prices. Cost plus pricing was one of the options she considered, but quickly realized its shortcoming. Which of the following could be the major reason for not selecting cost plus pricing? Right, it says outsourcing of products from Delhi was already costly, labor cost was low, but training cost was high, so allocation of cost was difficult. Cost of fruits fluctuate a lot, and hence cost plus also fluctuated variably. The segment is highly competitive. Her margin on cost was irrelevant as customers already knew the comparable prices. Right? So it says the customers already knew the comparable prices. Suppose the big hotel chain, which has no cafe business as yet, like acquires aroma crises. Can it group these cafes as an SBU? What factors would be considered for the same? No, they cannot be called as an SBU as the cafe is not a separate business but same line of business as of hotels. Yes, it has its own distinct set of the competitors and strategy. Yes, can be subdivided from the core business in terms of functionalities and the objectives. No, an SBU shall have a CEO and its own set of business functions, and aroma cafes aren't that big to be categorized as an SBU. Right? So they cannot, as the cafe is not a separate business, but same line of business as the hotels. No, it's a separate line of business. As a CEO, yes, no, as an SBU will have a CEO and own set of functions. No, it isn't that big. Yes, it has its own set of competitors. Yes, it can be subdivided from the core business. Yes. So what does it say? Both 2 and 3 are correct. Right. For her vendors, Chantal had a clear thought and she iterated to them as well. The ideology was to foster a long-term relationship so as to introduce the high-quality, innovative product that would benefit the customers and the other stakeholders. Right? So that is high-quality, innovative products. That means you're talking about your products, right? So that comes in the business definition, strategic intent, vision, or the mission. So it comes under the mission. Right, it comes under the mission. Okay, right. Now coming to case scenario 40. Okay. SKS, a Bollywood actor, was so affected by the chaos in the country due to the pandemic that he and his team took upon themselves to cater to the poorest section of the society and formed SKS Foundation. They had to plan in accordance with the policies of government, arrange for quality medical care, especially the internationally acclaimed medicine, which was available in extreme scarcity, transportation of people to and from their hometowns, and on time delivery of the basic necessities. The task was humongous given the number of people to be cared for and the restrictions in place for goods and people movement. To execute the plan, they distributed the work amongst themselves as follows. Two people worked on the communication flow. WhatsApp, Facebook, IVR system were set up to reach out to people and for arrangements. Right? And for arrangement, three people set up the logistics, finding medicine suppliers right around India, negotiating prices, fixing transportation agents, making basic necessities available at the very doorstep, last mile delivery. Three other people were responsibility for the food distribution. They took help from temples, gurudwaras, and NGOs for making the food. But yeah, for making the food available to the most needy first, aim was to provide at least 2 meals a day. Finally, one person worked on the fund management, major sources being crowdfunding. NGO support, further support was carried through high net worth individuals networking and celebrity support. The major challenges were getting the medicines and the hospital beds as the demand was sky high and the availability was skewed. But the team was passionate, and as they gathered support from the general public, it became easier to operate and arrange the necessities. Management is tougher when the motive is not making profit because all essential elements of strategy are to be considered. But the only way to measure success is people's safety, satisfaction, and happiness. The numeric matrix failed to give a direction, and the only measurement is the psychological. Right, based on the above answer. Given the prices of medicines were widely fluctuating every single on the media reports and the various medical practitioners, I think that remdesivir and Tamiflu or something, and these medical practitioners' recommendation plus oxygen availability was also not under control. Which of the following aspects of financial strategy would have been most challenging for the team members responsible? Right, strategizing the sources of fund, budgeting of the available funds, strategizing the usage of funds, or valuing the worth of operation. It says budgeting the available funds. Let us suppose the foundation wants to expand with a dedicated 7 to 10 member team for each city. Which of the following structures would ensure each area handled by the central team to ensure no compromise on the quality and price? So central, Right? So what does it say? Matrix, divisional, multi-divisional, or the functional structure? So it should be the functional structure. Which of the following questions would have to be taken care of by the logistics team in particular? What are the most reliable sources of the medicine sellers? Yes. How many of them would be willing to supply at the affordable rates? Yes. Nature of their business, whether sole proprietor, eldership, partnership for compliance, that is not to be looked into by logistics. Method of distribution they use, transportation has to be done nationwide. Yes. What volume can these distributors handle? Yes. So 1, 2, 4, and 5. Right? 1, 2, 4, and 5, not the 3. Right. Given the huge demand and extremely low supply of a newly international acclaimed medicine, the unethical retailers followed which of the following strategies for maximum profit? Further, in the long term, when the availability stabilizes, what would help them define the target selling price? Right. So it says the scheming price policy followed currently, and later on stabilization, they would need the penetration price strategy to set the target price. Right, that says the scheming price policy followed currently and later on stabilization. So everywhere they say the later on stabilization. Right, so scheming price strategy was followed. Penetration pricing was followed? No. So the scheming price policy followed currently and later on stabilization. They would need the penetration price strategy? No, they would need the benchmarking to set the target price. Right, they would need the benchmarking to set the target price. Strategizing is not for profit demands a different strategic is strategizing or not for profit demands a different strategic mindset. Which of the following would not form distribution team strategic checklist? Right? Would it be the cost saving, the reduced inventory, the improved delivery time, or the competitive advantage? Because you're not into profit making, what does it say? You will not be looking into the competitive advantage. Will you look for cost saving? Yes. Reduced inventory? Yes. Improved delivery time? Yes. Okay. Right. Case scenario 41. Pantheon Yoga Center, situated in the dense forests of Chhattisgarh by Dr. Manohar Das Gupta, a less known meditation center, is visited by affluent Indians and foreign seekers only by invitation. The uniqueness of his methodologies remain in the fact that only a few people have been able to experience them yet. Recently, CEO of a big investment bank approached Dr. Das Gupta to take special sessions for his management team in Los Angeles, USA, and given Dr. Das Gupta's popularity among business leaders, he wanted to strengthen his network as well as for business purposes by building relations with them. Though Das Gupta was reluctant at first, but understanding the need to publicize this practice and an offer by the CEO to get access to more corporates through this route, he took the opportunity and called his corporate suite of sessions the Shanti classes. There was certain risk though. First, his techniques could be shunned by the top management as being too orthodox and old. Secondly, maybe they could be revealed to the outside world in a very disruptive manner, awareness of the away the core uniqueness of the exclusivity. And lastly, how would he monetize his methodologies if they expanded so quickly? With above risk also came the need to build a strong team of like-minded individuals who could support and propagate the ideologies in a positive fashion. Right? For this, he relied on his daughter. Satya. She took 3 months to build a team of 50 young, vibrant men and women from train them with the basics and a few specialization. PYC, right? The Pantheon Yoga Center opened its first branch in Los Angeles, USA, and then took the opportunity to open 3 more in India, one each in Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, and Assam. The center and its techniques are now being recognized globally, especially in Northern America, while Europe is still to be explored business wise. One thing that Pantheon model reassures is the strategy has no foundation with respect to product or service. It applies to each kind in its own way. Based on the above answer, core competencies cannot be built on a single know-how. Instead, it has to be integration of many resources. From the above case, what was the core competency of PYC and which of the following competencies were missing from its bunch of competencies? At customer satisfaction competency and its competencies did not include meditation expertise. Location of the yoga center was the core competency in the dense forest, and its competencies did not include technological know-how. Exclusivity was the core competency, and its competencies did not include easy scalability. Dr. Das Gupta's brand name was the core competency, and its competencies did not include the exclusivity. No, rather, did they have the exclusivity? Yes, so exclusivity was the core competency, and its competence does not include the easy scalability. Suppose you are a banker funding PYC's new venture. Please apprise the management about the third risk mentioned above and which of the functional level strategies is it associated with for PYC. Right? So, what are the first, right? The first risk, secondly, and how would they monetize these methodologies if they expanded so quickly, right? So that's the third risk mentioned over there, right? So now what does it say? Associated with the, and how would they monetize? So is it with delivering value, free publicity, or the sources of fund of management of funds? It is regarding the, right, it is related funds, right? So what does it say? How would he monetize these methodologies if they expanded so quickly? So if they expanded, how would he manage the fund? That means the sources of funds. So obviously that's the financial strategy. The formation of Shanti classes by Das Gupta to popularize his business can be categorized as which of the following growth strategy, right? So what does it say? The existing product into the new market, from Chhattisgarh going to the Los Angeles over there, right? So it says the existing product into the new market, right? The existing product in the new market, right? So that's your market development. Okay. Which growth strategy was the CEO of the investment bank trying to achieve with Dr. Das Gupta classes? Obviously, he was trying to go through the strategic alliance. The biggest challenge that you think Sukanya would face while implementing the human resource strategy for the newly trained 50 odd individuals would be, right, building core competency, creative competitive advantage, managing diversity, or providing a purposeful direction, right? So it will be providing the purposeful direction, right? Providing the purposeful direction. Okay. In a recent board meeting, the chairman of Inclusive Heal Pharma Limited, a major pharmaceutical company in India, proposed reassigning around 100 employees and layoff of another 275. The chairperson proposed to cut jobs throughout the country under the restructure of the pharmaceutical business. Some of the employees who will be taken off from the pharmaceutical business will be deployed on a new project for entry into the wellness segment that is becoming lucrative. The company has been looking for growth opportunities for a couple of years. The proposal came after a failed takeover of another company, Rosy Cheek Health Limited, a prominent manufacturer of various nutritional supplements that includes proteins, vitamins, and the minerals. IHPL tried hard to acquire RHCL, raised its bid three times, and finally offered 450 crore in the form of cash, of which 250 crore and the balance in share. The offer was found to be unattractive by RHCL. IHPL wanted to expand and have a separate product line to include health and wellness product in its portfolio to create two distinct business groups. With the entry into the new segment, there will be need to explain the business undertaken by IHPL in a new form, as there will be difference with respect to customer needs and target markets. The chairman said that the organizational changes underpin pursuit for growth that remains top priority for the organization. The chairman informed the board that the proposed new organization will result in reduction in the middle management roles by about 50% hourglass and reduction in the management roles by 10%. It is proposed to redesign workflows and processes both within IHPL and its interaction with suppliers, hospitals, and other associate organizations. Improvements in organizational reporting structure and use of technology will make many middle level positions redundant and lead to reduction in the job. It will not only reduce the salary cost but also bring overall efficiency. New enlarged team can be created later at the time of launch of the wellness product. Based on the above, Uttar. Change in the business undertaken by IHPL with respect to the customer needs. Target market shall directly amount to changes in the, like, organizational vision, the mission, the business definition, or the organization goals. And so it says changes in the business is that you're changing the business definition. A shift to wellness product is a part of the horizontal diversification. So you're into hospitals and also getting into the wellness. Right? So hospitals, that is cure, and wellness, that could be called as the prevention or the aftercare. Right, then division of organization segment into two distinct segments of the from pharma product and the wellness product is a form. Does it say simple structure, functional structure, divisional, or the matrix structure? So it is the divisional structure. Right? They've not asked a question regarding the hourglass structure, what is mentioned. And by not raising the bid and creating a structure to produce wellness product, IHPL is shifting from dash to dash strategy. Right? So it is shifting from the acquisition to the diversification strategy. Right? So instead of acquisition, they thought we will produce it in-house. So that is the diversification strategy. Right? Coming to the second last one. Kriti Private Limited has been importing French gourmet cheese under the brand name of Fromage since 2017. The company was amongst the first in India to introduce the innovative unbreakable cheese packaging. Their affiliate, a French company owning Fromage, has entered into a progressive deal wherein products would be sourced to India via their logistics and all marketing expenditure would be covered by them. However, customer management and nationwide distribution would be taken care of by Kriti Private Limited. This required an English speaking, skilled workforce, which has been a constant challenge for the company in India. The owners of Kriti Limited have been regular attendees at industry relevant conclaves, both national and international. So, that is strategic surveillance. Leaders of the company are passionate readers of the business magazine. Following that, it was observed that the recent sentiment of the country towards vocal for local would disrupt their French brand's marketability. An extraordinary meeting was set up and the steps ahead were planned. The outcome of the meeting was to partner with local producers of the traditional Indian cheese in phase one of the chain strategy. For this, seven state governments were approached. Oh, we've seen a similar question already, little bit similar, but that was not regarding cheese. The team was successful in taking contracts from all the government departments of these seven states and could position themselves fairly in the market. To fund this new investment, they have planned to slowly sell off their French business assets as well as the brand buyer. This timely shift is proving to be a game changer for the company, and the leadership is quite happy with better than before earning and a much greater response from the customer. They find it easier to operate with domestic producers than vendors, and a sense of patriotism is instilled in the customer's mind, in the consumer's mind, based on the above answer. Which of the following actions taken by Kriti Private Limited is an example of proactive strategy? Selling off their French business units, responding to the vocal for local sentiment by partnering with the local cheese producers, managing customer relations and nationwide contribution, covering all marketing expenditure for fromage in India, responding to the vocal for local sentiment by partnering with the local cheese producer. That has been a proactive strategy. And that has been a proactive strategy. Which of the following types of strategic control? So obviously it is the strategic surveillance and by reading the business magazines and so. Vocal for local is a market sentiment that changes the customer preferences for the majority of the products across all the industry. Based on that, Kriti Private Limited gauge the competition it might face in the coming months and agreed to change its own product. Which of the following forces, as per the Michael Porter 5 forces of competitive analysis, is most relevant in this case? Threat of new entrants, nature of rivalry, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of the buyer. Right? So, threat of new entrants, threat nature of rivalry, bargaining power of the buyer. No, it is the threat of the substitutes. The imported will be replaced by the local. Right? Vocal for local. Which of the following aspect of value chain analysis was most challenging for Kriti Private Limited at the time of selling the Fromage brand? Right? So, which was the most challenging part when they wanted to sell their business? Right. So to fund this new investment, they have planned to sell off their French business assets as well as the brand to probable buyers. Right. So the outcome of the meeting was to partner for seven governments. The team was successful in taking contracts from all the departments and can position themselves fairly in the market. Right. So it says one of the it was observed that the recent sentiment of the country could disrupt their French brand's marketability. And so, from the for which of the following aspect of the value chain analysis was most challenging for Kriti at the time of selling their Formage bank? It says the manufacturing, the outsourcing, the customer service, or the procurement, right? The customer service part, right? Because that's what they were taking care of. And to strategically revamp their business, partnerships were done with Indian local producers from the seven states, and to fund it, the existing arm of the business was to be sold off. Which of the following strategy has Kriti opted for? The divestment strategy, right? They sold off the existing arm of the business. So that was the divestment strategy. And can you believe this? We have finally come to the last case scenario over the 50. Sneha Rao, founder and CEO of DEF Technology, is renowned for her technological insight, visionary leadership style. She cultivates a culture of collaboration, continuous learning, innovative problem solving, encouraging her employees to think outside the box and embrace new challenges. Her exceptional ability to foresee technological trends and navigate complex market dynamics has propelled DEF Technology to impressive growth over the past decade. Sneha started DEF Technologies in 2010 as a small software development firm. With a vision to transform DEF Technology into a leading tech company, she initially focused on developing the custom software solution for local businesses. However, intense competition and limited market demand led to financial difficulties. Undeterred, Sneha pivoted the business towards developing cloud based solutions, leveraging the growing trend of digital transformation. This strategic shift, along with aggressive marketing, helped DF Technology capture a significant market share and become a leader in cloud services, setting new industry standards. In 2015, Sneha's brother Raj joined the company and together crafted an ambitious expansion strategy. DF Technologies entered the global market, partnering with international tech firms to launch a new line of AI driven cybersecurity solution. This venture was highly successful, establishing DEF Technology as a global brand and a key player in cybersecurity industry. तो कहाँ से software करते करते cloud करते करते cyber security. Right. Raj then led to the company's diversification into healthcare with the new brand MedTech solution. Recognizing the potential for technology for revolutionizing healthcare, Sneha and Raj focus on developing the affordable telemedicine platform and AI driven logistic tools. Their approach disrupted the market, providing high quality healthcare solutions at lower cost and gaining widespread trust from the healthcare providers and patients alike. MedTech solutions experienced rapid growth, especially during COVID-19 pandemic as demand for remote healthcare services surged. At the beginning of 23, DEF Technologies launched another business. Oh my God, रुकने का नाम ही नहीं है. Green tech innovations to address environmental challenges through technology. DEF Technologies continue to explore new opportunities and ventures to stay at the forefront of the tech industry. Based on the above case scenario, answer. Neil Rao's vision to transform DEF technology into a leading tech company illustrates which type of the strategic intent. So, leading tech company, and also now that global leader and leading tech company, that all comes in your vision. Sneha's leadership style, it has to be transformational. Then, when DEF technology expanded into the global market with the AI-driven cybersecurity solution, which of Porter Five Forces model was most likely mitigated by performing partnerships with the international tech firm, right? So it says the threat of the new entrants. Right? The threat of the new entrants. By entering the global market and launching the AI-driven cybersecurity solution, DEF Technology pursued which expansion strategy from the ENSOF product market growth share matrix, right? They went into the new products in the new market, right? So that is the diversification, right? So new products in the new market. And MedTech solution focuses affordable telemedicine platform and the AI driven diagnostic tool reflects which of the following competitive strategies, right? So they are going for the best cost provider strategy, right? They are going for the best cost provider strategy. My advice to the students who seen the videos for this 1 to 50 MCQs and all of that would be probably to see this particular video a few times. In other chapters, you've listened to the concept, you've made your notes, you've known what part you need to learn, what you need to write, and everything. But yeah, for the MCQs, for you to make more and more sense, you need to absorb them well. And for that, I would recommend that you see this particular MCQs again and again. That part of the MCQ, either in your hard copy or the video or the soft copy, the encrypted PDF, which has been provided to you also. Right. So it's a journey that we started around 14 days back. And then it was like, oh, I was always busy subject of audit and audit, and it was always the thought in the back of my mind. Like one point of time, there was a thought that I wanted to teach law, so that is yet to come to, that is yet to fructify. But yeah, the thought used to bother me. Like, it's a group 2 subject, and then there is audit for 100 marks, and SM is again a theory subject, which is for 50 marks, or out of 300, 150 marks of the syllabus I could cover. And so it was my mind for quite some time. And then finally, it was like the day when I thought, okay, now it's just like how much ever I think I should. It's better that I just, work upon it. Right. So the notes were prepared, the classes were announced, and you guys have been a wonderful audience over there, and it has been a wonderful experience. Rather, like, so it's now not only audit, but also strategic management is something, because I very sure had the inner calling that it's a leadership, management related subject plus a theory subject. So certainly would be a right choice for me to teach a subject over there. And so yeah, you are on a wonderful journey of becoming a chartered accountant. 3 years down the line, things are going to be completely glamorous and amazing in your life. But for that, right now, it's like you're going to sparkle like a diamond. But for that, right now, you have to be, under the high pressure, right? Circumstances created by ICAI for the, preparation for your exams and getting the minimum 50 in all the subjects at intern and final. You say, ma'am, what if I get 80, 90? It's like nothing like that. If you start getting 80, 90s also, the more the merrier. We have no problem that, oh, ma'am, I wanted 60 only, they gave me 70. That's never a problem. The problem is, ma'am, I wanted 50, ma'am, see, no, ma'am, I got, or the problem is more deadly when you say, ma'am, I wanted, 300 out of 600, and they've given me 293, ma'am, just for 7 marks, ma'am. I have to study it all and everything. So that's where the real challenge comes. I say minimum 50. That's like the economic order quantity. That's like the minimum order quantity. Then whatever higher level, that would be fine. Right. So yeah, I thank you all from the bottom of my heart for giving me an opportunity to discuss the subject of strategic management with all of you. And I hope that the classes have been beneficial. You've got a right strategy, to studying the subject of the strategic management. And I wish you all the very best for all your further studies and all your future endeavors also. So with that, it's the of the CA Intermediate Strategic Management batch. Thank you so much for your patient listening, and looking forward to see you again for intermediate audit and the final audit batches also. Okay, bye bye and have a wonderful day.